Ask yourself this question. If you're an agent, what do you want to see in actors that you might want to sign after COVID-19? Hi, welcome back. This is Jo. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am a Chinese actress living in Hollywood North, trying to chase the big dream of getting the Oscar. So many of you who have reached out to me after I started making videos are now encountering this problem. You just finished your acting course, you got your headshot, you got your demo reel, but right before you're able to get an agent, pandemic hits. Yeah, that was an unexpected one, eh? Well, now you're stuck and unsure what to do. Well, you're not alone. Now is the perfect time to refine your skill sets, make sure your packaged materials are up to date and ready to go. Now, before we get into this, ask yourself this question. If you're an agent and you want to sign actors after COVID-19, what do you want to see in them? Is it actors who spent months during the shelter lockdown refining and honing their skill sets? Finding some ways throughout this pandemic to continuously grow and pursue their career? Or, well, the opposite. Now, in some cases, I've heard that you may have already reached out to agents, but may have gotten rejected. What would make these same agents want to interview you now compared to before? Now, being forced to stay at home all day without work means that we have these unprecedented amount of time to make choices for ourselves. And what you choose to do with your time during these couple of months of sheltered lockdown speaks and reflects a lot about your dedication and passion towards your core values. Invest the majority of your time into things that propels you and what really matters in the long run. I talk about in details the essential variables you can do during quarantine so that you're ready for audition and you're ready to book a role instantly when Hollywood reopens in my last week's video right here. And I'll put that on the description down below as well. Let me just clarify, I'm not saying that you need to put all of your time all day into this. A healthy lifestyle is about balance. Plan a checklist system for yourself and develop a habit every single day that balances out all of your needs, including your health, your social life, your work and your passion, and your entertainment. Ever since lockdown, I've definitely found myself every single day at least an hour of pure entertainment. Because this means I finally get to play Red Dead Redemption 2 as Arthur Morgan, as an outlaw, an American, riding my caught-in-the-wild Arabian horse, galloping through the plains of Heartlands and shooting the O'Driscoll boys like a real man. I'm only in chapter 4, do not spoil it for me. Also, did Carol Baskin kill her husband? Yeah, I watched that too. Back to the main topic. So when you're starting out, the four most basic components you'll be sending to agents are the email, which is basically your cover letter, your headshot, your demo reel, and your resume. Now, the email title and the body of the email is the very first thing agents will see during your submission. That is your very first impression, and you need to make sure you get it right. Do your research and go to the agency's websites to see their submission instructions. If they have one, such as wanting you to write your title as submission, your name and department, then follow it. That shows you've done your research and you're able to follow through with instructions, which, trust me, when it comes to auditions and self-tapes, is extremely important. Also, you won't be accidentally categorized as junk mail. When agency emails are public, they will receive a lot of junk mails and submission emails with actors who didn't do their homework. In the body of your email, which is basically your cover letter, give a very short and interesting introduction about yourself, your goals in your career, what you have been and will keep doing to continuously grow and further your career, and how you think the agent can work with you in a mutually beneficial manner. Remember, you and your agent are going to be working together. No one is the boss of anybody, so your agent would want someone who is marketable, someone who's competent, and someone who actively furthers the prospect of their career on their own. And you want someone who can work with you well and be able to get you into the room so you can showcase your abilities. Be authentic and don't exaggerate, because your demo reel and your craft will show itself. The last thing you want is to build it up like,
I'm the best, I am the very best, I am also extremely confident because I am the best, and I can perform and get into the emotions like no one else.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
just stay down to earth. For your headshot, make sure it's updated so that it reflects your current look. If you had a haircut or dyed your hair or generally have a change in your look, your headshot has to coincide with it. I mean, if you come out of the sheltered lockdown 15 pounds heavier or lighter, that has to go on your headshot. It will show in the camera, and most likely the types of characters that you can play might be adjusted a little bit as well. Also, make sure your look doesn't differ too much between your headshot and how you look in front of the camera. I know a lot of photographers put a lot of time in post-editing your photos, and these are just gorgeous, gorgeous photos, and they've cost like $400, $500. But if you send in a self-tape or you walk into the room looking drastically different, well, let's just say it's like going on a date with someone you met online who doesn't look like their photos at all. Ugh. With your demo reel, if you feel like you've found a scene or you want to redo this scene and you feel like that would showcase your acting skills better, hire a coach online, push away some furniture, get some professional lighting on Amazon, and film it yourself. I mean, you'll need these basic equipments for self-tapes anyway, so you'll be investing in the long run. Nail those 1.5 minute comedic and dramatic scenes. Film as many takes as you want. You have all the time in the world now. Make sure your demo reels truly showcase your skill sets and that it's as refined as possible before you submit. Last one, your resume. You can find a lot of free template online for actors' resume. And a couple of tips that I've learned personally is, first, don't put any of your extra background work into the resume. It honestly doesn't really do much in terms of showcasing your experience and abilities in acting as an actor. You can definitely talk about it during the interview to show that you have certain on-set experiences, but don't put it in your resume. It also takes a lot of space and can really take away the reading experience. Instead, fill your resume with your acting training experience, your skill sets, everything that you can do, all the languages that you can speak, all the accents that you can do, anything that makes you shine as an actor. Another small tip is that if you do have acting production experience that you want to put on your resume, don't put the name of your character. Use the basic categories that all productions use, such as actor, principal actor, recurring, or a co-star, guest star even. The thing is, there's very little insight and information available when people just read the name of your character, especially if they haven't seen your show or even heard of it. Also, if your character is relatively minor in that show, say, you know, pedestrian who gets shot within 5 minutes of the movie, it's actually pretty useful to have that name of the character replaced by some fancy vocabulary like principal actor. Oh, and one last tip. Research the agents you want to submit to. With IMDb Pro, you can actually go into the agency and individual agents and look at all of their roster, giving you a really good idea what kind of actors they already have on their rosters and what kind that they don't. Most agents who already have an actor on their roster that looks like you and have a similar style wouldn't want to have another one. God, I hate bugs. Agents seek actors with looks they don't already have on their roster. So if you see a roster without someone that looks like you, that gives you a higher probability of getting that interview. And rosters also change every couple of months as actors come and go, so make sure you always go back and check if you have a particular agency or agent that you really want to be with. That concludes the video for today. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments section below. If you like this video and you want to follow me on my journey paddling through the wave of Asian representation with my tiny T-Rex arms, just click like and subscribe and the notification bell button, and I post videos on Fridays, and I will see you next time. Bye! Singing underneath a heavy blanket. That lump is me, indeed, yes. Because the walls are too thin in my apartment, and there's really no other choice during sheltered lockdown, but you do it anyway.